Sangeeta, who is the convener of your society, student convener?
So student convener is Ayushi.
Ayushi.
Yeah, sir. So we are just waiting for half a minute more and we'll start exactly at 3.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's 3 now. Firstly, hello everyone, and I think we may start now. Over to you, Shivani.
Ahimsa pratisthayam tatsam nidho vairatagya. As a yogi becomes firmly grounded in non-violence, other people will naturally lose any feelings of hostility. A very good evening to all the dignitaries, guests, and delegates present here. With great joy, I, Shivani Sharma, the Vice President of Mimamsa, the Society for Moral Education, feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to our guest speaker, IAS Sonal Goyal, our Principal Sir, Professor Vipin Kumar Agrawal, our Society Convener, Professor Sangeeta Kaul, our faculty coordinators, Dr. Seema Kumari and Dr. Hanish Chanda, and all the attendees present here with us for today's webinar on value of harmonious coexistence for nation building, organized by Mimamsa, the Society for Moral Education, Sri Aurobindo College, University of Delhi. Now, before we proceed with the event, I would like to wish you all a very happy Gandhi Shastri Jayanti. To celebrate this auspicious day, we have organized this webinar on value of harmonious coexistence for nation building. A nation cannot progress until and unless there is peace and harmony among the people. Before we commence with today's event, let us start this event with the blessings of Ma Saraswati. I request the technical team to please play the video. Thank you so much, technical team. We at Mimamsa, the Society for Moral Education, aim to educate all the college students with the knowledge of philosophical, moral, and cultural values, and to awaken a new ideological consciousness among them. Let us now have a glance at a short video showing Mimamsa's journey for the session 2021 to 22. I request the technical team to please play the video. much, technical team. It is only immense gratitude that follows while talking about our principal, who has never failed to extend his support and provide his unmatched experience in shaping the students in all respects. On this note, I would like to call our principal, sir, Professor Vipin Kumar Agrabal, to share his words of wisdom and enlighten our audience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shivani. One and all present in this webinar. This is a webinar which has been organized on a very auspicious day, on the day of the Gandhi Jayanti. And this Mimamsa Society was basically formed to teach moral values, to teach the value of Gandhiji's, and talk about moral education with the students of Aurobindo College. On this occasion, we have found very right person to speak about this very pertinent topic, Mrs. Sonal Goyal. I mean, she is an IAS officer of 2008 batch. And for my students, let me tell you what civil services is all about. Many of you may be knowing it, many of you may not be knowing it, young students who have just joined first year or second year. I mean, almost more than 8 to 10 lakh students apply for the IAS preliminary examination. And out of which, only 1 lakh or 1.25 lakh appears for the preliminary examination. And out of them, these are all approximate figures. I think Sonal ji will correct me wherever I'm wrong. 10 to 11,000 students are able to qualify for the main examination. And even out of them, approximately 2,000 are able to qualify the main examination and they appear for the interview. And approximately 800 to 1,000 posts, candidates are being selected. What it means is the success rate is 0.15 or 0.20. Less than 0.25% candidates are able to clear the IAS examination. And this examination is a dream job, is a dream exam. If you want to serve the nation, if you want to make the difference in the life of the people, I don't think there is any other job in India which can give you this much opportunity which IAS job provides. And we are very fortunate, even amongst those 700, 800 candidates who are able to qualify the IAS examination, we have Mrs. Sonal Goyal, who ranks 13 on an all India basis. Madam Sonal, we are really proud to have you today with us. And I'm sure your presence itself will motivate our students to think big in their life, and they will be getting motivated by all that which you have done in Haryana, in Tripura, in your life. So I'm thankful to you for sparing your time on this very auspicious day. And I would also like to congratulate the Mimamsa Society, its convener, Professor Sangeeta Kaul, its student organizers, the team members of the Mimamsa for organizing this webinar. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you. Over to you, Shivani.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and for the persistent support and guidance that you have always provided. We are grateful for all of it. Now, without any further delay, I would now like to call upon our President, Ayushi Jaiswal, to take over from here and invite our guest speaker. Over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you, Shivani. Firstly, I request everyone to please turn off your mics. Thank you so much. So, thank you, Shivani. We take immense honor and delight as we introduce our guest speaker for Goyal, who is currently posted as Special Resident Commissioner at Tirupura Bhavan, New Delhi. Apart from this, she is also a company secretary and a lawyer, a staunch and principled IAS officer who bagged an All India rank 13 in the UPSC CSC 2008. Ms. Goyal has done exceptionally well in all her endeavors, despite confronting various impediments in life. Her commendable efforts towards breaking the stereotypes and creating a difference in the society are countless. She believes in challenging the prevailing real and redefining the reality. We wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, in our webinar. But before handing over the mic to our guest, I'd like to mention few points. That we'll be having a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. So you all can jot down your questions in the chat box. Ma'am will try to answer all your queries. Keep your mic on mute at all times and maintain the decorum in the meeting. And lastly, those who are not able to join us here can connect with us live on Sri Aurobindo College Facebook page. We are going live there on Sri Aurobindo College Facebook page. So now I feel honored and privileged to hand over the mic to our guest speaker, Ms. Sonal Goyal. Over to you, ma'am. The floor is all yours. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Namaskar. Very good afternoon to respected principals, sir, all the professors, the very dear students. It's indeed a very auspicious occasion. Today, the entire country is celebrating Bahadur Shastri Ji's Jayanti. And I am very happy to see the work being done by the Mimamsa Society. When I got an invitation, so I was not having an exact idea of what the society has been, what kind of activities the society has been doing. But then I had talked to the coordinator and I found it very appropriate to discuss the very relevant theme with the youth of the country. And the topic which has been chosen for webinar today, I think is very much relevant, especially for our young people, for the younger generation, because on the shoulders of younger generation, the progress, the development of our nation depends. So friends, as has been mentioned in the introduction, I would be speaking for say 15-20 minutes in the beginning. And then I always like to interact with the students, with the young people. So it would be a pleasure to take your questions. So I would try to keep my initial remarks in brief. So when we're talking, friends, about the value of harmonious coexistence for nation building, it's nothing new that you all are not aware of, that we all need peace and harmony. We all need that empathy, compassion. We all need that kindness. We all need that harmony in the society to move forward. Now, when we're talking about celebrating Gandhi Jayanti, celebrating Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji's Jayanti, our country has beautifully witnessed how we have progressed in last so many decades. And now we are even celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is in fact, which is earmarking the 75th Independence Day, and the celebrations which started recently, they would be culminating in August 2020 to make every Indian proud of the freedom struggle which we had gone through, pay tribute to all those legends who not only laid their lives, but also gave us this country free from the British rule, and of course, all the architects of the Constitution, the architects of the modern India, whom we owe a lot. Friends, समाज को सच्चा लोकतंत्र कभी हिंसा और असत्य से हासिल नहीं किया जा सकता। समाज में सच्चा लोकतंत्र कभी हिंसा और असत्य से हासिल नहीं किया जा सकता। बापू जी, महात्मा गांधी जी ने ये बात बोली, and the principles of non-violence, non-cooperation, satyagraha, they were as relevant to the society as dating back to the freedom struggle days as they are today. And when we are talking about non-violence, non-cooperation, they not only mean that we would not be tolerant to all kinds of injustices, all kind of inequalities, all kinds of ills and evils existing in the society. They also mean that we will also take part in minimizing them, in removing all those barriers, in removing all those inequalities in the system. Mahatma Gandhi ji had said that the strength of the nation depends on social cohesion, economic prosperity, political stability. Of course, India has seen a beautiful democracy. India is the largest democratic, if we see the population-wise, the way we are having the local governance, not only at the state level, but also at the local panchayats level, at the local urban bodies level. Why I am reiterating this fact is that you are going to play an important role, an important part in the decision making, in electing your leaders, in electing your representatives who would be in actuality forming the rules, forming the policies, forming the legislations, and also implementing them in the field, of course, through their administrative and the executive machinery. So when we're talking, friends, about nation building, I would like to, because I'm interacting with all the young people out here, the younger India, we all know that India is the youngest country in the world and youth is the powerhouse. By youngest country in the world, we mean that by demography, the age group of 15 to 45 years of age, India has the highest population at the world level. And by that, we take a pride in the sense that they are the most productive population and they are having energy, they are having that enthusiasm, they are having that innovation, vibrancy, and the ability to lead whatever they want to do. So therefore, friends, on younger generation like you people, our nation's strength and progress depends. And when we are talking about the harmonious coexistence, I would like to mention here that the coexistence in today's world arena, where we term it as a global village, we all know that it's a global village. So we are trying to emphasize single global community wherein we are having that interdependence, but also interdependence in terms of security, in terms of economic empowerment, in terms of travel, tourism, cultural ties. All these things need much more strengthening at the international level if we are actually talking about harmonious or peaceful coexistence. Also, friends, I would like to emphasize here that we have so many multilateral and international agencies at the world level. We have seen how UN has been playing a very important role. Recently, our Prime Minister, sir, had visited US and he also addressed the UN General Assembly, UNGA, he had addressed. And we have organizations like ICC, ASEAN, SAARC, BRICS, G20. So all these organizations are actually trying to promote the international cooperation and trying to help each other in terms of promoting the ties at various levels. It is not only at the cultural level, but of course through sports, through in fact during COVID-19 pandemic, we saw how India, through its policy of vaccine maitri, how the policy of vaccine maitri, how India had been able to supply vaccines to many countries across the world, and this initiative had been appreciated across the world. So this is just an example to show that how we are trying to work together, how we are trying to exist and move together. I would also like to mention here, friends, about the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals have been given by the United Nations, and it specifically mentions about the 2030 agenda, the SDGs 2030 agenda. UN partner nations, including India, including our country, have been mandated to have the commitment to the 2030 development agenda and also to have all those policy planning and flagship programs aligned to realization of these SDGs. So basically there are 17 sustainable development goals. If you get some time, please, I would request that you should all go through, you should be aware of what the sustainable development goals are talking about. They talk about ending poverty, reducing hunger, they talk about reducing inequality, improving gender parity, improving water conservation, saving environment. So all those promoting of equality at various levels. So all those things are very important. And in fact, the realization of 2030 agenda is very important towards the issue of having a harmonious society across the world. So this is very important, and I would like you to go through them. And friends, in fact, you can also contribute towards this. How you can contribute, I would come towards at a later stage. Now I would like to mention, because today we are celebrating, we are all having that feeling of patriotism. We are all having feeling of nationalism. Of course, we feel it every day, but occasions like these, they reinforce those feelings. So friends, I would like to mention briefly about the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which was launched in March 2021 to celebrate the 75 years of independence. And the event, these celebrations will continue till August 15, 2023. And when this program was launched, when this Mahotsav was launched, the idea was that especially our younger generation should be made aware of the culture, the unity, of the freedom struggle. They should cheer about, they should cherish the history, that they should know about what our country is today. Because friends, even today, even I have come across students, especially in the urban areas, if you ask them some general knowledge questions about the country's politics or some important things going on, many of them are not even able to point out the basic things correctly. So with this aim, with this notion, this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav has been initiated, and the major objectives are few, which I would definitely like to mention here. One is the Shatabdi Sankalp. So Shatabdi Sankalp is that we are showcasing India's development. We are showcasing India's development in the last so many years, in the last 73, 74 years. And the Mahotsav will also showcase the accomplishments of our country since 1947, so that we all have that feeling and sense of a pride. We all have that feeling of commitment, of nationalism, of attachment to the country's progress. Also, it has a very important component of a citizen campaign. And the campaign has the theme of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, wherein we are encouraging people to share the culture, share the heritage, share the traditions, the customs, and showcase the good practices across each state. And of course, the emphasis remains on highlighting the India's glorious past and India's glorious history. And along with this, not only in the country, the also emphasis is on global outreach. So global outreach would mean that the government is also trying to make India's freedom struggle in history, India's strength, how India has been resiliently moving forward despite all the challenges. So the idea is also to reach globally. And the themes which have been taken forward under this Mahotsav are Vishwa Guru Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, which I'm sure you must have all heard somewhere or read somewhere about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, emphasizing on India's unsung heroes, saluting to them, giving tribute to them. And few points were highlighted when this program was launched in this year. Few things were highlighted by Honorable Prime Minister, wherein he mentioned about having Gati Shakti, that is the national master plan, which will be an integrated approach in infrastructure construction, having 75 Vande Bharat train under the Udan scheme, connecting various remote areas across various cities, Fortify Rise, having Scenic School for girls, in various parts of the country. Also, under the National Hydrogen Mission, to make India a global hub for green hydrogen production and also export in the Amrit Kal, and also to promote e-commerce for the self-help groups, especially the e-commerce for the women self-help group. That is also an important component under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So friends, as we have always heard this prose, which I would like to reiterate it here, that a nation is not built big by its building, or a nation is not built only by its infrastructure. A nation is definitely built big by the human resource, by the people. So we need to improvise. We all need to improvise the capacity building, the human resource management, develop more and more talent in our country. When we're talking, friends, about harmonious coexistence for nation building, I would also like to mention about the role of sports and the role of education which it has been playing in the development. We recently saw in last few months how our how our Olympians fared at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. We got 7 medals, which has been the highest number of medals for India since we started participating in the Olympics. And in Paralympics, we got 19 medals. So 19 medals in the Paralympics and 7 medals in the Olympic event. This has been so far the highest number of medals which have been bagged by us. And when we talk about Paris 24, of course, we should be targeting in total at least 50 medals. Also, it is very important to see how sports has been playing a very important role in integrating each of us, in integrating the citizens across various states. We have seen so many national events. We have seen so many states. We have seen many states which are very good in sports, in the sense that from some of the states, many of the sports players come, and from some of the states, the participation is quite low. So under the Khelo India program, which has been launched around, say, I think 4 years back by the Honorable Prime Minister, now under the Khelo India program, we are having 12 components which are promoting, which are emphasizing on sports and education integration, and they are also trying to make importance of overall personality development of an individual, overall personality development of a student. So Khelo India centers are being developed across the country. Next Khelo India game would be probably held in Haryana, which was earlier scheduled this year, but due to COVID-19 pandemic, it would be rescheduled. It has been rescheduled, and it would be held in 2022. Now, if I move forward from sports, one very important example which we all have seen as human beings, that we have been able to help out each other, how we have been able to have that coordination, integration, is the COVID-19 pandemic. Since last year, March 2020, when we had the first Janta curfew just near the holy time, and after that there was a lockdown announced, and after that there was COVID-19 pandemic wave 1, and then there was a decline in the cases. But unfortunately, this year again, in the month of March, April, we again saw the rise of the cases, and we all were hit by COVID-19 pandemic second wave. So this pandemic has actually shown that humanity has faced the challenge with its resilience, and whether it was an issue of helping and feeding the migrant workers, or feeding the people who were living in slums, people who were poor, who were daily wage workers. We have seen so many NGOs, so many civil society organizations, so many public spirited individuals who came forward and who helped the administration in catering to these people. And if we talk about the COVID-19 pandemic wave, in the second wave, we have seen how the SOS messages have been taken so seriously across the WhatsApp groups, across the social media, how we have tried to help each other by arranging medicines, by arranging hospital beds, by arranging all other kinds of things which we could. So this actually has shown to us that we cannot exist in vacuum. The humanity has to help each other, and it is not a single person who can do it. Is a teamwork, and teamwork always results into success, friends. This is also very important, that if we could despite the constraints which we had in terms of the medical infrastructure which was existing in our country. Initially there was acute shortage of the injections, of the medical supplies, of course of the oxygen beds available, then the ventilator beds available. But despite all these constraints, we had tried to help each other. So this is very important to understand, that for a society to progress, that integration, that coordination, that empathy and compassion, that is very, very important. So friends, now you as the young individuals, how you can help, what role youth should play as part of their social responsibility. That is also very important. To understand. We have so many flagship programs in the Government of India, like Swachh Bharat, Swasth Bharat, the National Health Mission, Digital India Initiative. We have National Education Policy. We have Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program. We have Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. We have Atal Innovation Mission. There are, friends, so many programs that actually partner the government, in which you can shoulder the responsibility and help us to make these programs reach out to the intended beneficiaries. Even though government tries its best, that the government should reach to the intended beneficiaries in the best possible manner. But there are many a times some loopholes, some lacunas are there. So if informed individuals, informed citizens, informed groups like you are working in the area, I think the result is much more beneficial to all the people who are living or who are residing in that particular area. And friends, in my last, say, around 13 years of experience in government, I have seen at various levels, individuals, college students, school students, NGOs, they actually come forward and take the responsibility of helping the government. If we talk about, and I recently talked about the Atal Innovation Mission, friends, I would like to mention 2-3 examples which were taken by the innovations which were taken by the younger people like you, and which have been actually helping the people in their states, helping the people at various levels. So, for example, in Kerala, in Kerala, few of the youngsters group, they demonstrated and demonstrated the innovation, and they developed a mask vending machine and a COVID-19 detecting software and a mask vending machine. And this innovation then got help under the Kerala Startup Mission, KSUM, and they got then further help under the Kerala Startup Mission. Students of IIT Guwahati developed low-cost intubation boxes for COVID-19 patients. IIT Bombay students, they developed low-cost mechanical ventilators, which they call Ruhdar, low-cost mechanical ventilators. And also the students developed apps to detect or to track the violations by the patients who were in quarantine. So all these innovations are being done by people like you, by the intelligent minds you. And if we all decide that we have to contribute towards nation building, so there is no dearth of how you can do. There is n number of ways and mechanisms through which we can do. And friends, there are things like saving environment, conserving water. So basically, the sustainable development goals, which I had mentioned in the middle of my talk, all these things are that you can contribute at your individual levels. You can also contribute at your societal level, at the levels of your groups. And when such thing is started, it has an amplifier effect. So it actually goes and it actually continues as a chain reaction. So अगर आप कुछ करेंगे, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने कुछ अच्छा इनिशिएटिव लिया, ये आप तक ही सीमित रहे, ये आगे भी रिप्लिकेट हो सकता है और ये एक नेशनल लेवल में भी स्टडी इसकी की जा सकती है, उसको इम्प्रोवाइज किया जा सकता है, एंड इट कैन एक्चुअली बेनिफिट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल. सो government is also trying to encourage such innovations, new ideas. Friends, about harmonious coexistence, I would just like to mention few points that even though मैंने भगवत गीता पूरी नहीं पढ़ी है, but in some parts also आप लोगों ने भी कहीं ना कहीं उसके बारे में कुछ पढ़ा होगा, कुछ सुना होगा. So it has having a right conduct. Why I'm mentioning is that जो आपका सोसाइटी का भी आई थिंक एक प्रियम्बल में शायद आपने लिखा है मीमांसा में अबाउट द मॉरल एजुकेशन, मॉरल वैल्यूज. So this is very important because we are seeing various kinds of crimes. We are seeing various kinds of ills and evils in the society. It is and ये कौन commit करता है? All these evils are being conducted by people like amongst us, people like us. हम लोगों के बीच में से ही हैं, हम लोगों का समाज जिन लोगों से कॉन्स्टिट्यूट होता है. सो द एंटायर इकोसिस्टम is actually responsible for such kinds of ills and ills existing. So it is also important कि हम अपने younger generation को this moral value education उनको बताएं, what is right conduct, what is righteousness, what is the importance of giving respect to women in the society, how important is gender equality, how important is to be compassionate, how important is to be empathetic, to be kind, how important is to be tolerant, to take care of each other. All these things are also very important. And as I had mentioned in the middle of my talk also, that a nation is built big by its human resource, by its manpower, by its people. So justice, equality, kindness, non-violence, giving respect to each other, righteousness, all these are having right conduct. All these are very important, and we as individuals are having that social responsibility to adhere to them. Mahatma Gandhi ji had very rightly said that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Friends, I would just like to have one request to all of you, that what occasions you choose, प्लीज हैव इट इन बैक ऑफ योर माइंड कि आप जो इससे कर रहे हैं उससे आपके आसपास के लोगों का या उस समाज का या देश का कैसे फायदा होगा. हाउ यू विल कंट्रीब्यूट एट योर लेवल टू पीपल अराउंड यू, to the people in the society and to nation building. It is very important to keep that in your mind, and believe me, it is not difficult. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसके लिए आपको बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा. जो भी आप काम प्रेजेंटली कर रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी तरह you can definitely help to the people around you. So always have this in mind कि how you can help the others, how you can provide that service to others. Please keep that in your mind. And towards the end, I would just reiterate Gandhi ji's talisman, जो मैं कभी-कभी जब मैं भी sometimes I get demotivated, तो I'm always reminded of those words, the Gandhi ji's talisman, जो I'm sure कि आप सबने सुना है, आप सबको पता है, that if you are in doubt or if yourself becomes too much, if you are in doubt and yourself becomes too much, recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man or the women whom you may have seen. Recall the name or the face of the poorest man whom you may have seen, and ask yourself if the step you take or you contemplate that you are going to take that step is going to be of any use to him. It's going to be of any use to him. Friends, ये theoretical आपको लग सकता है, but believe me, practically, as an administrator, I can share that there are many a times such situations where I am perplexed, where because as an administrator, I have to work in an ecosystem which is having various factors affecting my working. It is a political lobby, it is other things like other institutions like judiciary, police, the media, the civil society organizations. There are tough situations and there is not a single step to take a decision. So I always try to empathize myself in the situation, that in the sense that if I would have been at the other side, what I would have expected the government to do. अगर मैं पब्लिक होती, अगर मैं उस साइड में होती, सिटीजन होती, तो मैं ये क्या एक्सपेक्ट करती कि मेरे लिए सरकार क्या करे, मेरे लिए गवर्नमेंट क्या करे. So this is how I reflect, and this is how I take the decision. And when I take a decision, it is my responsibility, my moral responsibility, to stand to that decision, and I should always be justified in whatever I have done. So in future, if there is any issue, I should be justified legally, I should be justified also morally. And it is also important to understand that जो भी decision हम ले रहे हैं, जो भी act कर रहे हैं, this definitely would be impacting people around us. So I think, friends, I have spoken a lot. There are a lot of questions which are there in the chat box. I would really like to interact with the students. So in the end, friends, I would just like to mention that stay committed to your goal, stay committed, stay focused in your life. And जो आपको अचीव करना है, सिंगल माइंडेड डिवोशन से आपको करना होगा. If you have 10 number of things to do in your life, please focus on 1, 2 or 3. And if you give them 100% efforts, then nothing can deter you in achieving your goals. And your commitment to your goals will actually determine your contribution towards nation building. So stay focused, stay clear, and give your best. And एंड में यही एक बात मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि आप खुश रहिए, जरूरी है. That all of us should stay healthy, all of us should stay happy. Many a times we see younger generation having issues of depression. Even last week I was reading a newspaper clipping about a student who had committed suicide because he could not qualify in the Rajasthan entrance examination, REET examination. So friends, not qualifying in any competitive examination does not mean that the world is going to end. There are many other opportunities which you can try. Of course, situation tough हो जाता है. You have so many things going on. आपको लगता है आपको ये करना है, वो करना है. But आपकी लाइफ में क्लियर विजन के साथ आप आगे बढ़ो, और अगर उसमें सफलता एक बार में नहीं मिलती है, do give it second or third attempt. उतना जरूर देना चाहिए. But if it is not clicking, I always suggest कि have a plan B in life. If your plan A is not working, we always should try and focus on something else which may actually materialize and which may allow you to realize your ambition, to realize your dream, and to reach to whatever level you had thought of that मैं आगे आने वाले 3 सालों में, 5 सालों में मेरे को वहां पे जाना है. ये बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. ये विजन आपके माइंड में क्लियर होना चाहिए. So friends, these were the remarks from my side. My best wishes to all of you. If there are questions, there are already some questions I would like to take. If there is somebody who can help me with taking the questions, I would be really happy. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring and insightful words and for enlightening us with so much knowledge. So, ma'am, like you said, now we will be taking up a few questions as we'll be having a... Ma'am, the first question was by Priyanka Gupta. For the harmonious development of the world, where there should be equality among the countries, but the United Nations has neglected the current issue of Afghanistan. Now, wouldn't this affect the peace and harmony of the world?
Friends, actually, I am not that much competent and authorized to comment on the issue of Afghanistan per se, because it has wider dynamics, and I would not be doing justice if I speak, one part of the Afghanistan issue. But of course, yes, I do agree that the way the issue has been handled, it is not good for the country as such. It is not good for the world as such, and especially
Digana bolo.
for our country also. I think there are a lot of things which might be changing now, as far as the political equations are concerned, the trade is concerned, and the way we had ties with Afghanistan. So of course we all do agree that the way the issue of Afghanistan being taken over by Taliban, and then the role of such kind of multilateral agencies, it would be affecting the world to an extent. But yes, I am not actually. It is not appropriate for me to comment too much on that issue, right? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the next question was by Abhishek. What can be the inclusive strategies to promote social integration among the people all over the globe?
Right. So social integration, actually, what do we mean by society? Society is an ecosystem. So the people in the society, they basically determine the social integration. So when we're talking about the social integration, it can be done at various levels. So when we're talking about our country, in India, we are having Incredible India program. We are having various cultural ties, various, of course, in last, say, 1.5 years, such kind of things have been reduced. But there is Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and there are various departments at the state levels which are promoting such interstate cultural ties and programs. For example, in Haryana, the Kurukshetra mein this Gita Jayanti festival was started being celebrated few years back, and now this Jayanti is being celebrated at international level also. Sometimes it has been celebrated at London, I think sometimes at Singapore. I'm not sure about the countries, but now this Gita Mahotsav has been made an international event. In Haryana, we have Surajkund Mela, which promotes tourism, which promotes and supports the artisans all across the country from last so many years. Ministry of Culture and Tourism, Government of India, they are the nodal department, but they invite the weavers and the craftsmen, the team of culture, not only from India, but also we have generally a nation partner, the other country which comes and participates. So there are various levels of social integrations happening in the country. There are cultural tours. In fact, now the ministry is organizing virtual tours. Friends, if you get time, please have a look at the Government of India's website or their social media pages. They also organize virtual tours in COVID-19 pandemic, and they are actually making us aware of the important landscapes, the important places of heritage, उनका हिस्ट्री क्या है, उनका ब्यूटी एस्पेक्ट्स क्या है. सो आपको भी जानने में many of the things even I am not aware of. Sometimes मैंने उनका I think 2 programs I attended in last few months. So if you get a time and opportunity, you also attend. You'll feel good. You'll feel how diverse is our country, and the way we have been taking it at national and international level. It is also remarkable. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would definitely try to get the tour if possible. Ma'am, the next question is: sometimes communalism and regionalism are seen as the most complex obstacles in the way of integration. So, how can we overcome these complex obstacles in the way of promoting peace and harmony in the nation?
So I think, friends, communalism, we all understand that it is not good. And कौन करता है means who are the people who promote? It is the people like us, people from the society only. हम लोगों के बीच में से ही हैं लोग जो उनके कुछ vested interest हैं जिसकी वजह से they are promoting the communal, they are highlighting the communal issues. They are exploiting the emotions attached, exploiting the feelings attached to various festivals, to various places, to the religion, which is actually unfair. So, सबसे important इसके लिए यही बात है हमें जानना कि we pray to all these things. Firstly, तो हमें इसका पार्टी नहीं बनना है. We all should never become an aid and an associate in all such things which promote communalism. And also, अगर हमारे आसपास हो भी रहा है तो we do not have to fall into the trap, and in fact also try to minimize. इसको कैसे कम करें इसके बारे में भी सोच के अपना फैमिली से डिस्कस करके जो वहाँ पे जो ओपिनियन मेकर्स हैं इन एवरी सोसाइटी, देयर आर फ्यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल फ्रेंड्स, आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर कि हमारे कोई भी फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम होते हैं, वी ऑलवेज ट्राई टू टेक द रिलीजियस लीडर्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल उस एरिया के जो गुरुद्वाराज हैं, उस एरिया के जो मॉस्क हैं, उस एरिया के जो मंदिर्स हैं, वहाँ पे जो कमिटीज हैं, एसोसिएशंस हैं, बिकॉज उनके थ्रू जो लोगों तक बात पहुंचती है वो डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट होती है रादर देन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टेलिंग टू देम. सो ये भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज है कि अगर आपके आसपास में ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है, ऐसा कुछ आपको पता लगता है, यू शुड डेफिनेटली टॉक विद द स्टेक होल्डर ग्रुप्स जिनको आपको लगता है दैट दे मे हेल्प and they are important for building that opinion and they may help in diffusing the issue. So of course communalism is one of the factors which affects the harmonious coexistence. It should not be there, but we as citizens, we as Indians, we need to minimize it and give effort towards this. Yes.
Ma'am, we'll be taking up this as the last question for today. So
Right.
Shiva Mishra asks, how can a common man contribute in the development of this nation? Because not that or be a politician.
फ्रेंड्स, मैंने अपना स्पीच में भी ये बात बोला था दैट whatever career, whatever profession, whatever vocation you choose, you become an entrepreneur, you go into teaching, you go into sports, you go into science, you go in any field, you set up your business. There are n number of opportunities. और जो मैंने बात बोली सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की मैंने कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स भी यहाँ पे शेयर किए जिसमें सम स्टूडेंट्स अक्रॉस द कंट्री एट वेरी वेरी यंग एज जिन्होंने देश के लिए इनोवेशंस किया और उनको फिर आगे सपोर्ट भी मिला. तो ये बिल्कुल भी जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको ब्यूरोक्रेसी में होना है तभी आप देश के लिए कुछ कर सकते हो. देयर आर वेरियस लेवल्स, देयर आर वेरियस फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम जो मैंने बात बोली, स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ प्रोग्राम. There are actually various number of things which can be done at the level of an individual or which can be done at the level of groups. You can also form groups and you can actually help in nation building. तो बहुत सारी opportunities हैं, बहुत सारे ये हैं programs हैं. I would also like to hear request कि अगर आपको time मिलता है तो you can go through the pages of MyGov India. MyGov India में you will get some information about the ongoing government programs. They keep updating very regularly. और आपको उनके कुछ contest भी होते हैं, उनके कुछ events भी चलते हैं. तो you can also participate and environment conservation है, water conservation है, बहुत सारी ऐसी उनके programs भी चलते हैं which are encouraging the citizens to participate. तो वंस यू डेवलप दैट फीलिंग कि हमें करना है और आपको एक बार एवेन्यू मिलने का ये रहता है, स्टार्टिंग में आपको कैसे करना है ये बात समझ में आना चाहिए, तो इट बिकम्स अ चेन. वो एक बोलते हैं ना कि हमने शुरुआत की और वो एक कारवां बन जाता है, तो वो आपका बहुत आसानी से बनेगा. द ओनली थिंग इज कि somebody somewhere has to start. That is the only thing.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sorry for interrupting, Shivani. Some
sir.
students are asking questions about civil services. And I must compliment Sonal ji for such a wide coverage of issues in such a short span of time. In 25-30 minutes, you have covered so wider issues, social, cultural, political, and I'm really grateful to you for making this occasion.
Thank you, Principal Sir. For civil services preparation, actually ये अपने आप में एक बहुत broad topic है. So friends, I'm sorry मैं यहाँ
Just a few tips.
डिटेल नहीं दे पाऊंगी. Actually I generally महीने में 1 या 2 सेशंस में अपना करती हूँ. तो you can all look at my YouTube channel सोनल गोयल IAS या मेरा फेसबुक पेज है सोनल गोयल IAS पेज. वहाँ पे भी आपको मेरा जो लाइव सेशंस में करती हूँ स्पेशली फॉर सिविल सर्विस एस्पिरेंट्स 1 महीने में एक मेरा कम से कम रहता है. वहाँ पे जाके आपको इट्स अराउंड से 50-55 मिनट्स का एक सेशन में लेती हूँ. वहाँ जाके आपको मिल जाएगा डिटेल. बट सिविल सर्विसेज के बारे में 2-3 इंपॉर्टेंट बातें मैं यहाँ बोल देती हूँ बिकॉज प्रिंसिपल सर ने भी बोला है. तो फर्स्टली द थिंग इज कि सबसे पहले आपको ये माइंड में क्लियर होना चाहिए कि व्हाई यू वांट टू जॉइन सिविल सर्विसेज. आप सिविल सर्विसेज में क्यों जाना चाहते हैं? व्हाट इज योर बर्निंग एम और द पर्पस ऑफ जॉइनिंग सिविल सर्विसेज? आर यू गोइंग फॉर द रीजन कि इसमें एक कैरिस्मा है, इसमें एक सोसाइटी में रिस्पेक्ट है, प्रेस्टीज है, या आप इसलिए जाना चाहते हैं कि आप वाकई में आप देश के लिए बहुत यंग एज में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी देता है ये सर्विस टू डू समथिंग गुड फॉर द नेशन और कंट्री? क्यों जाना चाहते हैं ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. और फिर आपको ये डिसाइड करना है कि आपको प्रिपरेशन यू स्टार्ट द प्रिपरेशन. दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सम स्टूडेंट्स आस्क मी कि हम स्कूल में हैं हम स्टार्ट कर दें, सम आर इन कॉलेज, सम आर डूइंग पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन या जॉब के साथ कर रहे हैं. सो ये सब चीजें भी बैलेंस करना ये भी बहुत जरूरी है कि ये कब करना है. एंड फॉर टेकिंग ऑल दीज डिसीजंस आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट द एस्पिरेंट्स जिनको भी देना है एग्जाम कि लास्ट 2 या 3 साल के आपको क्वेश्चन पेपर देखने चाहिए बिफोर यू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट टेकिंग बिफोर यू एक्चुअली टेक अ डिसीजन कि आपको तैयारी कब से स्टार्ट करनी है, कब ये अटेम्प्ट देना है. एंड फ्रेंड्स एक मेरी रिक्वेस्ट ये भी है कि डू नॉट वेस्ट योर अटेम्प्ट. कई स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे बोलते हैं कि हम पहला अटेम्प्ट तो बस जानने के लिए दे रहे हैं कि ये कैसा होता है. वो तो आप मॉक टेस्ट में भी जान सकते हो, उसमें कोई आपको अटेम्प्ट वेस्ट करने का जरूरत नहीं है, राइट? सो व्हेनेवर यू आर गिविंग योर अटेम्प्ट it should be a serious one. Do not waste time, do not waste your attempt just for the sake of getting experience. Experience you can very well get through in appearing for the mock test. वो आप mock test भी आपको ऑनलाइन भी मिल जाएंगे या प्रिंटेड भी मिल जाएंगे, उससे आप इजीली दे सकते हो. डू नॉट वेस्ट. एंड इट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट टू हैव प्लान बी इन योर लाइफ. ये मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि सिविल सर्विसेज की तैयारी जो प्रिंसिपल साहब ने अपने बिगनिंग ऑफ स्पीच में भी बोली कि 8 से 10 लाख एस्पिरेंट्स अपेयर करते हैं, प्रीलिम्स के लिए फॉर्म भरते हैं. उसमें से फिर फ्यू थाउजेंड 4 से 5 हजारों कैंडिडेट्स लिखते हैं, 7 से 8 हजार मान लीजिए जो लिखते हैं मेंस एग्जामिनेशन. देन 2,500-3 हजार कैंडिडेट्स हैं जिनका इंटरव्यू कॉल आता है और उसमें से फ्यू सिलेक्शन जो होता है. इस बार जैसे हुआ आई थिंक 761 कैंडिडेट्स का फाइनल सिलेक्शन हुआ. तो ये 1100 मैक्सिमम इतना जाता है. तो आप ये देखिए दैट परसेंटेज इज सो लो. सो if you are investing that prime time of your life for civil services preparation, तो अगर ये एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं होगा तो आप क्या करोगे, ये भी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है आपके माइंड में क्लियर होना. एंड जो प्रिपरेशन साल आप मान के चलो आपके लगेंगे, 1 साल बिफोर यू अपेयर फॉर प्रीलिम्स एंड 1 year is consumed during your entire preparation, प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एंड इंटरव्यू, फाइनल सिलेक्शन होने तक. तो 2 साल तो मिनिमम है ही है. और अगर आप अनफॉर्चुनेटली अगर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में नहीं होता, जैसे मेरा भी सिलेक्शन सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में हुआ था, बट मेरा क्या था कि आई वाज डूइंग माय LLB आल्सो एंड आई वाज डूइंग माय पार्ट टाइम जॉब एज अ CS जब मैंने सिविल्स की तैयारी जब मैं कर रही थी. तो उस टाइम में मेरे को फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में मेरा इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आया. आई गॉट वेरी मच डिमोटिवेटेड. बट देन आई थॉट कि अब मुझे सेकंड अटेम्प्ट ऐसे देना है कि मुझे अपने ऊपर कोई ग्रज नहीं होना चाहिए. सो जितना भी मेहनत मैं कर सकती थी मैंने किया. And by God's grace, I could qualify. I got selected as officer in 2008 batch. उससे पहले by that time I had completed my CS in 2004. I had completed my LLB also, and I was doing my part-time job as a CS. तो मेरा एक तरीके से प्लान भी मेरे माइंड में था कि अगर मेरा सिविल्स नहीं होगा तो मैं अपना प्राइवेट सेक्टर में जॉब अपना फुल फ्लेज करूंगी. और साथ साथ में आई हैड अ प्लान टू हैव सम NGO सेटअप, क्योंकि मेरे माइंड में हमेशा ये था कि आई हैव टू डू समथिंग फॉर द गुड फॉर द नेशन. तो मुझे यही लगा कि शायद प्राइवेट सेक्टर में रह के डायरेक्टली मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलेगी. तो आई हैड प्लान्ड कि अगर मैं प्राइवेट सेक्टर में नौकरी करती भी हूँ फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, तो मे बी आई विल सेट अप माई सम इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ माई ओन, सम NGO ऑफ माई ओन, जिससे मैं लोगों की मदद कर पाऊँ. सो दिस वर एक्चुअली फ्रेंड्स, मतलब मैंने जब मैं कर रही थी, अब से लेके अब तक तो बहुत ज्यादा चेंजेस भी आ गए. बट सिविल सर्विसेज में एक ही बात बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि अगर आप ये एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे हो, आपको अपना 100% देना होगा. इफ यू आर नॉट कमिटेड देन यू डोंट अटेम्प्ट. अगर आपको जरा सा भी डाउट है कि बस उसके लिए कर रहे हैं तो then please do not give this examination. You give it with your 100%, otherwise do not appear. And every year selection तो होता ही है. इस बार भी 761 candidates का selection हुआ है. The topper is from Bihar, Shubham is from Bihar. And in top 5, I think there are 3 women candidates who have qualified. So 3 in the top 5, there are 3 women who have qualified. 2 sisters who have qualified. One is rank 3 and other one is rank 21. I think Ankita and I'm forgetting the name. So 2 sisters have qualified in this examination. तो friends, clear तो हर साल करते हैं aspirants. The only thing is that tough है ये examination जरूर. It's very tough. So you need your 100% and जो एक बात हम सब सुनते हैं कि भाई even impossible says I am possible. So impossible is nothing in this world. So impossible also says I am possible. So आपको अपने ऊपर विश्वास रखना है. You have to have your self belief, have your commitment and give your true efforts. Then nothing can deter you in achieving what you want in life. Plus and minuses सबकी लाइफ में रहेंगे, मेरी भी लाइफ में रहे, हमेशा रहे, आज भी हैं. लेकिन इसको एक्सेप्ट करते हुए लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना ही बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. राइट.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering all the questions and queries so patiently. And it was such a pleasure getting to listen to you live, ma'am. And I would like to apologize to all the attendees here whose questions couldn't be answered due to the time restriction. But thank you so much for being here. So now I would like to request all of you to kindly fill the feedback form so as to receive the participation certificates. The link for the same will be provided in the chat box as well as the WhatsApp group. I would now like to call upon our President Ayushi Jaiswal to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shivani. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by extending my heartfelt gratitude to our guest speaker, Ms. Sonal Goyal, who despite her busy schedule has found time to grace our platform with her abundant knowledge and experience. So big thank you to you, ma'am, for your valuable presence here in our webinar. Next, I want to extend my warm regards to our principal, Professor Vipin Kumar Agarwal, our society convener, Professor Sangeeta Kaul, and our faculty coordinators, teachers, Dr. Seema Kumari and Dr. Hanish Chadda, and also Ms. Shruti, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. We thank our teachers for their persistent support and guidance. Nextly, I want to extend my heartiest recognition to our team Meemansa for their consistent hard work, dedication, and support. And lastly, a big thank to all the attendees who have joined us today for this session. You all have made our event so successful with your enthusiastic presence. So thank you so much, everyone. And over to you, Shivani.
Thank you so much, Ayushi. So change will not come.
One thing, Principal Saab, I would like to mention that it's good to see all the women, all the young girls conducting the event. So, Shivani and Ayushi.
Girl students are outperforming in every field.
And Savi was in contact with me. So it's actually, it feels very nice, me as a woman, to see all the young girls coming and taking the lead. Congratulations to all of you.
I have no hesitation in saying that the girls are outperforming the males in every field of life.
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much,
and
ma'am.
we all should keep appreciating each other. That is the most important thing. And in fact, for men also, until they support, because it's an equilibrium which needs to move forward in the society. So both men and women have to move as an equal partners. So, right.
Ma'am, we are looking forward to visit our own campus sometime as the things normalize.
Sure. It would be a pleasure for me to come in person and in fact, interact with the students. It would be a pleasure indeed. My best wishes to all the students. May you all rise high in your lives, in your careers, in your family life. You all stay happy and keep doing good for the society. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. On this note, I would like to bring this event to an end. I request you all to kindly switch on your cameras so that we can take the screenshots. I would request the technical team to take the screenshots. The screenshot has been taken.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
ma'am.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
वो केवल
I would now like to thank ma'am, our principal sir, and the faculty members to take out time from their busy schedules and grace us with their presence here. It was such an honor to get to listen to ma'am, the principal, and our teachers here. With this, we come to an end of today's event. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and making this event a success. Hope you had a great time. Stay home, stay safe. You may leave the meeting now.